Okay, so I'm looking at the BTC plan. What have I got for you today, folks? Well, let's first look left, and let's have a look at the 30-minute time frame. So we have got this level here, and it is around about the 95,300 mark, and it's really panning out to be where the range bots are actually drawing the lower line. So I'm actually just going to put a level there so you can see it, and let's get it as a buy alert. Right, so we've got a buy alert, so it's at 95,000. Remember, these are ranges. Remember the top of the range there, and I'm just going to, the range bot is having this here, so you could have a look above and fail, a look below and fail, and the range bot at the top's there. So let's just copy and paste these lines, and I'll be putting it around about there. So you got a 400 point range there in there. Now obviously you need to be at the lower point of the range, so realistically that's your ideal point. So we'll mark it there. We'll keep the charts clean, so I'm just showing you. You obviously can replay the recording. That's where I'm looking at there. Now we've got a passive pink. We have got acceptance to go higher. So we have got this trend. Just going to extend this out. And we have obviously on that trend dip below it, so it's something to note. So we're looking at this sort of range when we're coming into the open. Right now, obviously we have got this ceiling as we speak. I'm just going to expand this out to see just how important this is. So we're just going to go right the way back, because you can see we can literally travel a long way down now. Obviously that is, for reference, 4,500. So where are we at within the bigger picture, which obviously we're looking at here. Again, I'm just going to map these on so you can actually see them. Right, so we're 94,000 up to 99,000, so it's a 5k range. Right, and I'm just want the prices on. So there we go. So we've got the prices. So we're consolidating here around this 96,000. Now remember, I've said 95,000 is a really key point for support. Now I'm just going to go a little bit further. So we did, and I'm looking at the bigger picture here, and I'm just analysing the previous week. We did look below this 95,000 and failed, and obviously we broke out of that area. So I'm just going to mark that on the chart so we can see the level of that. That was 93,300. So obviously you've got 2,000 points there. Now if we map this low to this low, right, you can see we have actually overnight broken it. So be aware of that, because that's bearish. So obviously if we then move this out for the open to here, it's going to be a key level to look at. We are going to look at the prices. So obviously we're hovering around the 1A, right? So basically obviously we need to get above that and remount it, i.e. 96,000. Can do 150 points within one candle, so that's where we're at it basically. So basically if you come down, obviously this could end up being a nice range that we've got, and I will map that just two sets to the high. Just move that properly. So again, this is bearish, folks. So we just need to see what's going on here. Right, when we break this lower medium line of the pitchfork, that potentially could turn out to be a Hokopian trade where we see double the distance down. So it's just something to note. And I'm looking at bigger picture on Monday. So I'm just looking at bigger picture. Right, so save this video and then watch it later on in the week. So obviously now, and what I'm just going to do on that, I'm actually just going to add another one to that. So we can see there, and bang on, it hits that 93,500. Perfect. So where we're looking for targets going above, while we are obviously struggling at the 100,000 mark, sorry. So obviously it's something to note, that is the resistance at the top. So if we're going to be looking at the other way, which obviously we might as well, then bigger picture targets are going to be up here at the 102 level. So we're just keeping an eye on that. I do not think we're going to go that steep that quick. So that's the bigger picture on Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the here and now coming into the open. We've had some really good trades overnight. We've had a nice short down, 500 points. We've had a nice long up, 300 points. And then that gave us a corresponding short, 300, and then a corresponding long going that way. Now, we've not had any subsequent signals. Those have been 1, 2, 3, 4 signals. So obviously that is something to note as far as what we've been having. Where we're at, consolidation going higher. So we should see a fast move at the open as we normally do. So we don't know which direction, but we've mapped out the levels. So obviously if we come up to here and fail at the 96,000, we're going to sell off. And conversely, if we come down and test this 95,300 and hold a higher low, we're going to take off to the upside. So those are my two key scenarios for today. Now, what I just wanted to point out, and we'll just get this up so we can see the levels. This is obviously the execution chart. Obviously, the best trades are always in the higher time frame range bots overlapping the lower time frame range bots. Higher time frame and lower time frame, really good trade there. 1,000 points. Right, got another trade here. Pops up, hits the target. Now, let's just have a quick look what's going on with the news before I end this video. Just going to bring it across so you can actually see. Right, what have we got? Right, well, we've got nothing today. Nothing burger. Have we got anything later on in the week that's going to hold traders back from trading big moves? Just this one. Core PCE. So Friday could, and I'm at the trade show Friday, London trade show on Friday. Friday could be quite hairy. We've also got some news on Thursday as well. So it's just a point to note. Right, I'm going to end this video. So remember what I always do on Monday, yeah? I sit back and watch and let the market tell me which direction we're going in. Right? Now, that's really important, is that? Right? And let's just have a quick look at the NQ. So I'm just going to have a quick ganders at the NQ to see what we've got. So we're going to just do exactly what we did on the BTC. So it's a little bit quicker. Obviously, we had the big sell-off. We had an amazing trade on Friday. These are the trend candles. When we're in green, we buy, grey's transition, and we sell in red. So you can see there, obviously where we're at. We're a little bit sideways now. Overnight, obviously these candles work best during the day. These are the anchored with VWAPs, high and low. So obviously high there and low there. So we have come down and tested and looked below, and then we got a nice trade on the lower time frame, I believe. So obviously when these map up, these do tend to be really good trades, as I've said, but you can take trades that are not on the higher time frame as scalps. So we're coming down, we see a big sell-off. We're in red candles all day Friday practically. Yeah, all day, and then we get a good trade going back the other way when we go into green, and it is just after a range bot. So we get an 80 point pop. Again, we're going sideways overnight, so obviously you just need to bear that in mind, obviously, when you're looking at these. And obviously if we bring this out a little bit and zoom in a little bit, you can see you're still getting trades. that are reasonable. That's 27 points on the NASDAQ. So then we came down into a sell-off on Monday, which is interesting because we popped up. So we've had a dead cat bounce effect. We've had a weak bounce from the big sell-off, and if you look here, we did go into a range bot and then we popped. Now that was a 95-point pop, but we didn't really get a change in trend, so it's just a point to note there. So obviously, and then we've come down. Now these trend candles, just to let you know, are best to be used in conjunction with a range bot. There, it hits it, 86 points down. That's a really good trade. Right, you don't get everything lining up going up here, right? So the less you have lining up, the less likely it is to play out. So it's just a point to note on that. Now just going on to the execution chart, which we used the 500 volume chart, which is my fave for overnight on the NASDAQ. So I'm not really going to be trading the 5 minutes on the overnight because it's just not clean enough. But look at the difference here. We do, on the lowest time frame, the scalping time frame, we do get a nice trade here, and it amounts to 70 points. Again, coming into the range bot high and the faster time frame range bot, we then get a sell-off of 50 points. And again, we get grey transition in a range bot and high fast time frame, and then we pop. Now obviously that's a little bit more of an aggressive trade. I much prefer to be taking trades on green or red. So obviously you can see, and let's just show you just what it looks like as in the execution chart on Friday, just to recap. So pretty much, where would we have been starting trading? We're right back here at the 9:30. Pops up. That's a really good trade there. Obviously you've got grey transition in the range bot low. It pops up for a decent amount, 120 points. We're in a range bot high. I'm going to take that short. Boom. And we hit a range bot low. It's 90 points. And then obviously at the open we get a fake, oh, let's buy and go to the moon scenario, and then we sell off for the rest of the day. So obviously it's just a point to note. Now obviously, again, remember what I said here with the range candles and the trend candles on this. You've got green there. Now a point to note, during the day, I do have a higher time frame on this chart, which is 750, just because basically we've got more volume going through. So I wouldn't be taking these greens here because we're not in a green range bot. Remember what I've said, I like green range bots in the lower range bots, and I like red range bots here like we've got here in the higher range bots. So obviously, and now we can take this grey, that's an aggressive trend trade effectively because we're coming back on a pullback. You're getting 60 points and then it does pull back again. Obviously, again, you can take it on a grey. And the market internals were very bearish on Friday, so it's obviously you can do this on those sort of days, so it's just a point to note. So, and then you can see there we sell off from a range bot low, so it's just a point to note we're extremely weak when we see that. So when we see the lower lows of the range bots on the higher time frame, you are time framing down, and again you can actually think about taking the trade and joining the trend, because you see there we close, so we're time framing down. So it's again a point to note is we're joining the party. Now just in case you don't know what the market internals are, I'm just going to show you just on here. So if we go to NIS, right, so we're going to NIS New York, and let's just look what it was on Friday. So we normally have this on a side screen, so it's on a different computer. So just look at how bearish that was on Friday, and just highlight it with putting the day on so you can see this in. It's a slightly longer video today, purely because we're looking back and we're assessing what we potentially might get. So again, we were faked out here because obviously everyone's looking at these internals going, we excuse me, we are heading up towards the 1500 mark, which when it's 1500 we're looking at a potential trend day. I opens up potentially 2000, pulls back to 1500, and then obviously you get this scenario where basically you can join the trend all day. Well, this just tanks, and then you can see this here. It's minus 725, pulls back to minus 525, and then just goes right the way down to 1400. So it's not necessarily a really strong trending day, but we still got a big drop, so it's just a point to note. And I'll end on that. I'm just trying to do a little bit of education on each one of these videos as well, just to help you guys out. Okay, so what was what I say? Safe trading, take it easy, and just enjoy it. Bye for now.